We have Ariviya, PushSend, Zygg, eProduct, Funnelll, Sherwa Online Services, and Commuda, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Just in case, very soon we'll start with announcing the first founder. But before we'll start, just quick reminder as well for startup founders. As far as we're broadcasting on very different platforms, by the way, on YouTube as well. So please go to the link on chat. We have it on chat, and please subscribe to our Unicorn.Events YouTube channel. Definitely an area to watch. Definitely watch us also on LinkedIn, Facebook, and other platforms. And please, quick reminder for startup founders, as far as I mentioned, we're broadcasting on different platforms in all over the world. And in some countries, it's not advisable to announce any information about how much are you fundraising right now. So please don't voice this information and don't show it on slides. So right now, I think it's high time for the startups to pitch. It's the high time the startups have started pitching, yes? Am I correct? So is our first startup ready? Today, it's LeoHome Inc. And Igor, whenever you're ready, please mind you have 3 minutes. Right now, you have the opportunity to share the screen. Whenever you're ready, we'll start. You have 3 minutes.
Absolutely, I'm ready. Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be here and to see all of you in one place. So let me share my screen.
When you share your screen and when you're ready, so just tell me and I'll start counting.
Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Great, I'm ready.
Cool.
Americans love pets. They spent $99 billion in 2020 on them. So this market is always keep growing, and this love is also always keep growing. But at the same time, 11,000 animals will be euthanized today and tomorrow and the next day, because the system of pet adoption fails every day. This is the story of our cat Leo. Because of allergies, he was left on the street to die. Fortunately, he was found, put in a shelter where he hoped and prayed that he would find his forever home. And we found him, adopted him, understood all the problems with his health, but we also understood that it's 2021, but it's too much time we spent to find and adopt him. And we spent too much money for the fresh, natural pet food and accessories he needed for his happy and healthy life. We also understood that US pet adoption rate is increased to 35% in 2020. People are ready to find and adopt these animals. They just need some help in this process. We also understood that there are 1,000 of small local manufacturers of fresh natural pet food, hand clothes and accessories who also really care about these animals. And they are trying to find their cheap audience and placement every day. So in LeoHome, we help each of them. We support them by our platform, and we create one-of-a-kind AI-powered pet marketplace to connect each of them. And this marketplace is simple as Petfinder and Etsy.com in your pocket. We use LeoHome AI to generate the data from shelters and fosters, from small local manufacturers of natural fresh pet food, handmade clothes and accessories. We analyze this data and provide you fun, easy, and clear way in our marketplace on how to find and adopt these suitable pets 30% faster. And then you will be redirected for the most suitable fresh pet food and accessories for their happy and healthy life, all at affordable prices. And all of it in a huge, super fast growing segment with 186 5-year revenue plan. And we use easy but super effective business model. 80% of our revenue is from B2B segment with a commission system with listing fee and advertising. Actually, Etsy.com use the same model, and they generate $1.7 billion in the previous year. So we use the same, but our market is bigger and it's growing faster. We have, of course, competitors, but LeoHome, it's about 100% transparency and post-adoption support. We have an amazing, super strong team with amazing advisors who believe in us. And currently, LeoHome created one of the fastest growing animal care community in the US with more than 200 organizations on the board with our MVP cross-platform, and we generate 30,000 K animal lovers for our beta in the next month. So LeoHome is the legacy of our Leo to another animals. So join us and be a part of the story. Thank you.
Thank you, Igor. Who would like to be the first to ask a question or share some feedback? Judges, you're welcome.
Yes. Can you elaborate on the business model?
Yeah, sure. I can show this screen one more time, sorry. Here is it. What is the question?
Elaborate on business model if I heard it correctly.
Sorry, can you repeat this one more time because I don't hear it correctly, super sorry.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, somebody from the judges asked you about, please dwell upon the business model.
So this business model is confirmed. 80% it's B2B segment. So as you can see, we use commission per each transaction. Our sellers of small sellers of fresh natural pet food, handmade clothes and accessories, they need to pay for LeoHome only per each transaction. And they also have a small listing fee for the first 3 months, it's just $1, and renewal fee after 3 months, it's also over $1. And also, of course, advertising. If you talk about B2C segment, it's a small commission from 1 to 5% per each donation from our shelters and for our fosters. And of course, some products with different kind of advertising from the shelters and fosters. So this is a general business model.
Thank you. Next question.
Yeah, my question would be, by looking at this business model, I see that it's clearly relying on a huge amount of listings and a huge amount of businesses because of the low listing fee and the quite low renewal fee. So my question would be, how many businesses and what is the amount of listings you need to be break-even?
As previously, can you repeat, please? Because I have some problems with my
how many businesses you need on the platform, and how many listings you also need to have on the platform to reach the break-even point?
It's a good question, you know, and I can answer that the biggest revenue in our model is a commission, first of all, per each transaction, because as a marketplace, we have a problem of chicken or an egg problem. And to generate the bigger amount of sellers in our platform, so we provide them absolutely free model for the first period, and they need to pay, first of all, only from the each transaction. And of course, if you talk about listing fee, so we need to understand that many of these companies and products, they do not have such a lot of list of their products. Some of them just have 1 or 2 kinds of fresh natural pet food. And this is the way, this is the not biggest amount of our revenue, listing fee.
Thank you so much, Igor. Please, dear judges, as well, proceed this in chat if you have further questions. But we need to move forward because our next startup today is Pukka, and Reginald, whenever you're ready, you may start.
Excellent. Okay.
Just let me know and we'll start.
Not a problem. And I'm sharing my screen now. All right. So good evening, good morning, wherever you're from. My name is Reginald Flowers, and I'm the founder of Pukka. And I have a problem, and either you or someone you know has had the same problem when they decide to expand or enhance their family with a pet. And so right now we're going to talk to you about Pukka and where pets become family. Here we go. So right now, what the industry is lacking in a lot of security. One of the things that's happening is that when someone goes to purchase a new pet, just like myself, I recently purchased a new puppy. The information from the breeders is unverified, it's unsecured, and the industry is fragmented, which makes it very hard to track and trace whether you know exactly what you're buying and its authenticity. So Pukka, we provide a proprietary process where we can authenticate documentation and claims, associated with the dog, ID management, providing digital IDs, both birth certificates as well as digital IDs, aggregating all of its details, and also the ability to trace and track your animal as well using our app technology. So Pukka is a blockchain-enabled ecosystem that helps breeders, pet owners, and pet management, to authenticate pet details. We provide a better transparency experience from birth to sale on the B2B side, and then identification management on the B2C side. In turn, allows breeders to generate more earnings per unit, and as well as have a profile built in to allow them to market their pets, whether horses, cats, more efficiently, and then for end users to be able to see that information more accurately. So when it comes to our business model, one of our services that we provide is the Pukka certification, where we leverage blockchain to verify and authenticate from producing a pet's ID, tracking all of his aggregated data instead of it being spread out in many places. We bring all that data into one place, certify that data, and therefore when the end user gets their new puppy from the breeder, all claims have been verified and authenticated. That cost is $89 per puppy, and breeders that have used our service so far, just in our mock-up, have been able to sell their animals for anywhere from $250 to $500 more per unit by providing a Pukka certification. And then from B2C, the traceability of animals. You know, nowadays, 1/3 of all animals will be lost, and 90% of those animals will never return to their homes. So with Pukka, we're able to provide a proprietary RFID chip, install that chip in the animal. And typically the issue is that with most industries, you can only get a vet or a shelter to scan the animal. With the Pukka app, anyone can download the application, scan the animal's profile will populate, and that animal can be returned. And anyone has access to a iOS or Android platform. And so in this case, those services for the pet management side, for someone who's using the B2C, ranges anywhere from $4.99 to $7.99, depending on how many animals they have. And so the industry in itself, right here in North America, is a 2 billion live pet industry. So there's more than 2 million puppies being serviced right here in the United States, and globally is more than 4 times that. And right now, with them not having any verified identity, any verified authenticity, you know, oftentimes these animals are ended up in shelters or returned or rehomed, which subsequently costs a lot of money and a lot of hearts are being broken. And so our founding team was founded by myself along with Rick Banks, who is an expert breeder. We began socializing this concept with breeders, and we were able to bring on 3 major breeders here in the state of Michigan. We now have more than 50 dogs under management, and breeders are excited because now they have basically the Carfax of the pet industry, being able to provide profiles to the subsequent buyers to provide verified information. Yes.
Sorry, the time is up. It's like but just in case, if, for example, some of the judges would like you to proceed, we may start right now Q&A, and who would like to ask a question?
Absolutely. We were coming to an end, so thank you.
I have a question. Reginald, I'm a big believer in the shelters, and my last dog, unfortunately, just died last week. We got from a shelter, and he was awesome. I didn't get a sense that your product is for shelter dogs. What are you doing for that population?
Absolutely. So as you know, when it comes to shelter dogs, perception is everything. And so with Pukka, we're able to provide a digital ID for each dog where we can track, we can have it DNA tested, we can have medical records enlisted and create a profile that allow people to know that this animal is healthy, what it's made of, what its potential habits will be like, and then market it on our platform so that people have a clear, concise understanding of that animal and is not perceived as less than because it doesn't come from a breeder.
So you just talked about breeders as your market. Are you talking to shelters?
That is correct. Breeders is where our MVP started, but that is not where it ends.
Okay, I'm in California, and when you buy from a breeder, you get the birth certificate, and then they will do DNA tests right now. So I don't understand what you're providing that's different from that.
Sure, not a problem. So typically with the kennel clubs that are well represented, our researchers show that all they use is a honor system. And so sometimes the honor system isn't that honorable. And so what Pukka is that third-party intermediary that verifies that when we have the parentage data, we understand now who the true sire and dam is. And then we're that third party that verifies that supports the kennel club's verification. We also show that because we're leveraging blockchain, we have historical data also mentioning that people have been manipulating documentation, creating fraud within the animal industry. So DNA tests, unless it's directly cited from the DNA provider, can also be compromised too. So Pukka is that intermediary to make sure that those claims are accurate.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question.
Good morning. This is Jordan. Really well done. Appreciate the mission statement. 2 questions. Tell me about unit economics, your CAC, your LTV, duration of the LTV, and so forth. And 2 or 3 years from now, where are you taking this data that you're accumulating for thousands and thousands of pets and users and what have you?
Absolutely. So I know I have to be, so in terms of the economics, you have to understand, just starting from North America, with there being like 90 million dogs, our focus and our target audience is 35%, which are the millennials and Gen Zs. So they're more likely to manage, their life on apps. And so therefore Pukka supports that. In terms of our economics and growth, we're looking to have, over the next 3 years, roughly about 900,000 puppies, certified. And then from the usability of the subscribers, roughly about 3 million subscribers that are using our data management system to better care for their animals. And so those projections will put us somewhere a little bit north of 250 million in annual recurring revenue. And that's really based on a 15% success rate of our obtainable market.
Time is up. Just in case, if you have further questions for Reginald.
Just one is very short.
I'm sorry, Aldo, but we have to keep up with the rules. Proceed with in chat, please, and we are moving forward because right now his solution, which is called Ariviya Inc, will present Siva Kumar. Siva Kumar, whenever you're ready, please share the screen and we may start.
Can you able to see? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Good day. I'm Sherwa Kumar. I am one of the founder in Ariviya. Ariviya is a deep tech which is having the biotechnology, polymer technology, and nanotechnology. We have the nanobiotechnology solution to cure the microbial and viral issues. Okay, we have some team in the different the people, entrepreneurs, scientists, doctors, farmers, which is we have in the team. Then we have the nice advisors. Then with this, we are targeting one of the important problems right now is in even during the pandemic period. Then we are facing the problem against the virus particularly. But in this way, then we are actually moving in effective way to kill the bacteria and virus. And that way, then we have invented the new solution for this from the natural extract. So we are targeting right now is the dairy and the poultry industries. Dairy industries is particularly the Mastitis, udder care. Mastitis, it is infected by the bacterial issues. The poultry, it is infected by the virus. That is the way we are targeting these two areas. So with this, then we are introducing some nano material over this. And the nano material, they have the very good demonstrable effect. Industrial scale, there is a lot of issues is coming. That is what the real invention we had. The key invention in our solutions: programming, sizing, and stabilizing. And so, how to control the sizing, how to stabilize the nanoparticle in the same size, then as well as how to fit over the biopolymer. So this is a way. Then we call this as a green synthesis. In this way, then our product is they have the very good efficacy to kill the bacteria and virus. Then as well as since it's a natural extract, they have a lot of natural compounds accumulated over there. This product is eco-friendly. Okay, so as I mentioned, these are the two areas we are concentrating, particularly to prevent the mastitis. This is what we have the technology. Then as well as the general disinfectant, particularly for the poultry and farm. Okay, so we got the proof in our hand with the help of the global standard, NMC, National Mastitis Council, and the EPA. So from this, we have the data. Our product is killed the 99.99% of the microbes, then as well as 99.9% of the virus, particularly enveloped and non-enveloped virus. And there is a good efficacy existing. So with this, so we have compared the competitor. Our product is works well. So this way, then we have collected the total available market is about $4 billion. From this, we derive the sum is about the $40 million. In this way, then we are interested to go for the monetization, technology partnering, the licensing, product licensing, and manufacture and the distribution. So then we are. This is our business model. The next 6 years, we are going for 7x return of investment. So if based on the investor interest, with this traction, we are standing in front of the investors to invest in our Ariviya. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Siva Kumar. Who would like to be the first to ask?
Okay, is your product for animals? cows, etc.? Is that the target market? And then the second question is, do you have any customers right now?
Yeah, right now we have Lactalysis is one of the customers. It's a European company. Now it's landed in India. So we are talking with them. They come forward to invest in our product.
And then what about the target? Are you targeting it's for animals or?
Yeah, animals.
Okay.
We have only animals. Yeah.
Okay, animals. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question or feedback.
I'm grasping to understand your traction, sir. Would you just give me 3 or 4 bullets on where the product is, what the revenue, what the customers, just in bullets, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, in the traction. So this is what you are looking. Excuse me.
One more time, sir.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you.
Yeah. This is a traction we have. The customers we have the very very impressive customers. They are looking forward to use our product. The small customers and the big farm and the small farm. Then as well as some of we have the regulatory body. We are maintaining.
Thank you for that. Your outpost revenue, how much are you doing a month or a year? And how many active customers you have and how many is in the pipeline?
Yeah. It is all right now we don't have the active customers. The only we are planning to have the customers, but we are talking.
When do you think you'll have your initial round of revenue? When do you think you'll get to some revenue you can speak to?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question. We still have 1 minute. Maybe a short one. Or if not, we are going forward. Thank you so much, Siva Kumar. We are going forward. And our next startup, which is called PushSend. Eric, whenever you're ready, we may start.
Okay, thank you. Let me just share my screen here.
Sure.
Okay, can you see?
Ready? Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, let me say, my name is Eric Diamond. I'm the founder and CTO of PushSend. I'm not an animal-based product. I will say that. All right, so here we go. So the mission of PushSend has always been and will continue to be about SMBs and providing them with the highest converting marketing tools and services for every stage of their growth. The problem that we're solving is that a big percentage of these SMBs are in the dark on how to generate leads and utilize marketing tools to help grow their business. So the solution that we brought forward is an all-in-one platform for email marketing, event ticketing as an SMB, and later launched to other SMBs in the market. So one platform, one cost, no duplication of lists due to different systems, which is a huge problem, and centralizing of all of the marketing effort. PushSend tomorrow is about addressing the needs of the SMBs at every point in their growth with a focus on lead generation. Leads Builder, which is a product, an AI-based engine to create, publish, and manage digital ads across Google and Facebook networks to capture these leads and generate lists within PushSend. So what the PushSend Leads Builder really is about customer data coming into this engine along with external data and APIs being hooked in from external as well. And then we output via our AI engine recommendations on budget, ads, and predictive conversations. And then we utilize PushSend landing page and other things along with that. The business model is about monetizing at every stage of the SMB's growth. So down to from the front of the funnel with the small guy getting 20% of the ad generation that we do, all the way through monthly subscriptions as a SaaS-related service for all of our tools, into the mid-market for event ticketing, where we get percentages of event tickets sold. So why now? So many of the SMBs, especially in COVID today, are in crisis and need digital help more than ever. A lot of the major players in the space are going upstream to compete with the likes of Salesforce to become the CRM, so to speak, of record, and less focus on the SMBs. And our competitors in the space are all focused on tools and not addressing the biggest problem that these SMBs have, which is obtaining leads to actually be able to utilize all of these tools. So the market size is really about 250 billion all in, with email, event, and search marketing by 2023. It's about over 400,000 addressable firms in the US alone. As far as competition is concerned, there are a lot of huge names: MailChimp, Constant Contact, Eventbrite. Individually, meaning email marketing or event marketing, is a crowded space, but we are very unique as an all-in-one platform. And then when you add the lead capture or the lead builders piece into it, we really become not just so much about tools, but a total solution for these SMBs.
The time is up.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Who would like to be the first to ask a question?
Tell us a little bit about your background, Eric.
Sure.
So why are you the right founder for this
So
company?
I've been doing this for 25 years. I've sold 2 businesses in the past. Both are SaaS-based businesses. I successfully started a digital agency about 11 years ago called Tribeca Digital, where we've serviced a huge amount of big brands as well as a tremendous amount of startups. And so we've put a lot of time and effort into the space and understanding the needs from a service perspective, as well as obviously from a product perspective. And so I've led many, many successful teams. I'm a technology guy that brings founder ability to the table. And I have a great team that includes, top marketing folks, as well as my co-founder, who happens to be my brother, who's the head of product.
Thank you. Next question.
Yep.
Can you explain the event part of it? So what do you
Sure.
do? You just do the ticketing or what?
No. So it's a complete event. So in other words, the registration aspect. So like when you put on an event, you have a landing page for that event. You have registration for that event. You have email marketing for that event. You have ticket selling for that event. We do all of that related marketing aspect for the event side of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Next one. If there are no more questions, please, just in case, you may proceed in chat. We're going forward. Our next startup solution today is called Zygg. And for this, Kevin, if you're ready to share the screen and start, we may start. Are you ready? Maybe please unmute yourself because I cannot hear you.
Hi, folks. Sorry about that. Hi, my name is Kevin McLaughlin. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Zygg. We're an end-to-end solution for the coming e-bike economy. That is billions of urban trips. There's been an explosion of demand for e-bikes. And in North America, that translated last year into growth of almost 150%. 15 to 20 million pedal bikes are sold each year in North America. In many European countries, the business is now 50% e-bikes. And COVID has accelerated that dramatically. But the cycling industry is not designed to meet this demand of a mass market high-tech product. About 8% of US adults visit a cycle store a year, and it's not a place to learn about a new technology. So our solution is Zygg, e-bikes as a service. We deliver a perfect e-bike and worry-free experience, including seamless delivery, onboarding, maintenance, repairs, and even home delivery. And our business model provides this service from between $69 and just over $200 a month to personal riders, food delivery workers, and government and business fleets. Our end-to-end service ensures that a customer's needs are met across the whole value chain. We launched last year in the middle of COVID on June 1st. We added food delivery workers a couple of months later. We had over 250 e-bikes in our fleet, including a deal with General Motors and their former e-bike division. And we were sold out well past Christmas this year into the winter. We've had excellent media coverage. And last year, we really showed amazing product market fit with over 230 e-bikes deployed at our peak, and average revenue per customer per month of $129, and a very low acquisition costs, especially for food delivery workers. We have three main customers right now: food delivery workers who are independent workers for Uber Eats and DoorDash and these kinds of things, and two kinds of personal users, the one we call urban explorers, and the other is commuters. And although people are commuting less these days, they're looking for new ways to move around the city. And so we validated our business model, and now it's time to scale. We think we've got a clear path to 100 million annual revenue with 20 cities and 3,500 riders per city. And certainly in a city like Toronto, that will not be a problem. There's 30,000 people previously already riding, cycling commuters per day. And so we're looking to capture a big chunk of that. And certainly adults, most adults will be interested in trying electric bikes. Generate decent gross margins over 3-year life of an e-bike. City breaks even somewhere around 700 e-bikes. The market is growing, but is very small still and undercapitalized. We've got a great growth roadmap. I've got a long history, including exits in urban mobility. And we raised good money last year, and we're looking to raise a pre-seed this year. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. Who would like to proceed?
Do you own the bikes?
We own the bikes. That's right. We purchase the bikes either through OEM partners, and we're also this year taking delivery of our first white label bikes that we're producing in Asian factories.
So this is like a car leasing model.
Yes, it's similar to car leasing. You know, this is the main focus. We've already got inquiries where we will probably sell bikes with a service component attached to them. But yes, it's part hardware, part service, part financing rolled into a simple monthly price.
Okay.
What is the cost of the bikes?
The retail cost, I'm in Canada, so retail Canadian price for the bikes is somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000. So you know, in US dollars, somewhere between 2,500 US and 3,000 US dollars is the retail price. We purchase them about 2/3 of that, and we can white label.
Thank you. Next question.
Hey, Kevin, what's the economics between buying or acquiring the bike and the time you break even on it, and how long does it take, and what's the usage per month or per week? Give me some numbers.
Well, we you know, the first thing is we structure some numbers around a 3-year life cycle of the battery. We think the battery is going to last about 3 years, and the bike will depreciate to about 45% over that time. And we're generating around $1,900 sort of free cash flow over that time. We pay somewhere around $1,700 for our bikes right now, and that will go down towards $1,500, $1,400, $1,500. And so, you know, we earn that back in a year, basically, gross.
So your return on the bike investment is about a year per $1,900 usage a month. Is that what I'm hearing?
The point is there's hardware and there's service. The hardware of the bike costs somewhere around $1,700 Canadian right now, and we generate about $1,500.
So what's the number?
Well, I'm just trying to. Sorry, what is your question? When do
we'll take it offline, sir. Let's not take up too much time.
Okay, my quick question would be into the traditional bike market, startup market, because we've all seen these heartbreaking photos. I think like a couple of years before in the China, you know, the cemeteries of the bikes, you know, all getting rusty because they don't have any more investors to support them, because, you know, the prices are so low that they couldn't maintain the bikes. So basically they dumped them. So it was a bit of a pump and dump market in terms of startups of the bike startups. How do you think it's going to be different with e-bikes?
But please be short answering because the time is up.
Yeah. Well, first off, this isn't a shared model. You know, this is the equivalent of financing your own bike. Chinese market has bounced back, and I think that North American market has already been through that problem demand for e-bikes is enormous. Basically, every adult is, the next bike you buy will be an e-bike. And so we're talking about tens and tens and tens of millions of bikes.
Thank you. Please, with further questions, proceed in chat because we need to move forward to our next startup, which is called eProduct. And for this, I'm inviting to the floor Ideal. If you're ready, please share the screen and we may start. Ideal?
Hi, my name is Ideal. I'm the founder of eProduct. Glad to be here. Let me share my screen.
Whenever you're ready, we may start.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Is it like, this is the first slide, yes? Okay.
Are you seeing the presenter mode? Is this the presenter view now?
I don't just understand whether this is like the full slide.
You're seeing the full slide or not?
We see 3 slides.
Sorry about that. Okay, my name is Adil. I'm the founder of eProduct. So we built a product management SaaS platform for product teams to manage the full product lifecycle. It is pretty much like Salesforce for product teams. For the last 15 years, I've been a product manager, and I worked in companies like Sprint and HP and many other startups. And all product managers felt the same problems. We are using too many tools. And the reason is simple. The product management tools that are on the market today are built for purpose with the closed data model, and it is rigid and doesn't scale. And we end up using multiple other tools, like we use PowerPoints or or spreadsheets and tasks and so on. They are easy to use, but they are not built for product management. What product teams want is something in here. A tool that is flexible, easy to use, and something that allows them to manage the full life cycle of the product. So we are targeting a $24 billion market for work management. It is growing 9% year over year. And if you look at it, we are looking at 45 million software team users and about 100 million tech team users on the upside. Why eProduct is different? As I mentioned, because those tools, they are not flexible. Well, we are approaching it differently than those product management tools. If you take Salesforce concepts and mash it a little bit with Airtable and Smartsheet and put them in a blender, you get eProduct. It is the one and only product solution built with an open data model that pretty much mashes spreadsheets and relational data objects. And the result is that we help product teams understand their customer needs better. So we help them build a single source of truth using real objects and the relationship between these objects. For any feature, for example, they are a click away from knowing which customers they ask for, what OKRs or strategies it aligns to, and which persona, etc. Because all of this data is in one system, and it is object model, not just a wiki page or a document that has a SWOT analysis or a customer bio. Then they can take any record and add custom metadata or custom fields to categorize these records like features or stories or epics or anything like that. And the magic is that all this information plus those related records like how many customers asked for something and things like that roll up to a score. So really we help them prioritize what to build next based on what we call market evidence. And then within eProduct, they can also collaborate and interact with their stakeholders, whether it is dev teams with integration with Jira or with the sales team or their customers. So they can collect feedback, suggestions, votes, and everything. And they're able to manage all of these things in a very simple and intuitive UI, just like checking email. So, So we are starting here. And we are growing to disrupt this market. Like I said, it is $24 billion. And we launched our first version. We are working with 12 teams to iterate. And this is the startup team. Thank you.
Thank you, Adil. Who would like to be the first to ask a question or share feedback?
Adil, what is the pricing for this?
It is a SaaS model, so we have a startup plan $7 a month, and it goes up to $39 a month for businesses, and it is per product manager.
Are you already generating revenue or are you still pre-revenue?
We are pre-revenue. We are just out of beta in March 1st. We have 12 teams who are working on it. In fact, one of the teams is DNB, Dun & Bradstreet, and we have really interesting teams that we are still iterating.
Where are you based?
We are based in Chicago.
Thank you. Next question.
Adil, this is Jordan. Thank you for this. It was very clear. 2 questions.
Yes.
Without mentioning how much money you're raising or talking about it, I'm looking at it. It seems to be very low. So I'm not sure if it's the right amount to help me understand. And 2, if you are into the Y Combinator, are you in a position to raise money during, or you're going to have to pause?
So we applied for Y Combinator. We are not in the program yet. And we are still...
If you're accepted into it, will you be able to raise money, or you're going to have to pause?
I'm not sure I understood your question. If we got accepted in Y Combinator?
Yeah, they put you on a hold. You can't raise money then.
Got it.
Anyhow,
so we will know soon. Yeah, let's take it offline. We will know soon. The interview is in April.
The amount of money you're raising is very small. How is that going to further your cause into getting to post-revenue?
So we have a very low development cost. My partner and I are full-time on it, and we built almost like an Airtable system in 1 year with very low running costs. So,
thank you. Next question. We still have one minute, or just in case you may proceed if you want to later on in chat. We're moving forward, and right now, solution which is called Funnelll will present Sharif. Whenever you're ready, we may start.
Sure, thank you. Hello, my name is Sharif Ali. I'm the founder and CEO of Funnelll. At Funnelll, we help startups and small and medium businesses run their own marketing campaigns like pro marketeers. Because running a marketing campaign is easy, but running a marketing campaign that actually works is anything but. And although there are a lot of tools in the market, the truth is none of them are built for startups and small and medium businesses. They need developers in order to implement and integrate. They need data scientists in order to stitch and cleanse the data. And they need marketers who would act on this data and come up with marketing plans. Those are thousands of dollars of resources that most of us do not have access to. And this is why we created Funnelll. Funnelll reduces hundreds of hours of coding, integrating, building, and navigating complex dashboards to a few clicks. Our customers see a 300% increase in their sales transactions within the first 6 weeks of using Funnelll. And this is how we managed to reach $10,000 in annual recurring revenue in less than 200 days, and then grow to reach $17,000 within the next 90 days. Today, we have 115 live websites using Funnelll, tracking over 1.3 million unique visitors who are generating over 1 billion events every month. And this is how it works. Customers create their account, they tell us about their business. The whole end-to-end experience is customized for their business, including our onboarding advisor, who tells them exactly what they need to track in order to run successful marketing campaigns. Tracking is done directly on the website, just by selecting what they want to track, like a button or a page, telling us what the interaction means to their business, like an add to cart or a checkout. We generate the code, it's instantly available on the website, and a high-quality data version goes to all their marketing analytics tools, which they can link from our apps and integration catalog. We pull all this data back and build a marketing plan that they can follow, even if they don't have any marketing know-how, in order to improve their marketing and sales. They can drill down to any of the advice and see the data that supports it, like the customer journey, the conversion rates, the bottlenecks, and which marketing activities are driving the actions that they're looking for. Our pricing starts at $15 per month per website, all the way to $1,000 per month, and we have customers on all those buckets today. We have a unique opportunity to capture a grossly underserved market by being the first marketing tool for non-marketeers, a market that is valued at $2 billion annually, the US alone. We are the right team to build it. Our remote first team has experience selling over $30 million worth of software and software as a service, as well as launching products that are used by millions worldwide. We have an amazing group of advisors, including the ex-director of performance marketing at PayPal Europe and the ex-head of design and user experience at eBay US. We are changing the way that companies market and sell online, and would love for you to be part of our journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You finished even earlier. Who would like to be the first to ask a question? No questions?
Well, I guess maybe I'll ask one question here. I'm just wondering, great presentation, by the way. I'm just wondering, what is your plan in terms of fighting the more established, more well-capitalized competitor who may enter the space?
Sure. So I think the first comer advantage here is really important for us. We are a pretty sticky product. Customers who start doing their tracking and marketing here, it's quite expensive to move. So at the core, we are a data and AI play, which means the more data that we collect, the harder it is going to be for the next comer to enter the market.
Okay.
I hope that answers your question.
Can you guarantee results to the companies that you're servicing?
No, this is not how our marketing works really, but on average, they all see the 300% around the 6 to 8 week mark. And we have customers who have done even better. Like I cannot tell them that this is how many sales you get because there are a lot of factors that are outside what we can guarantee really.
Yeah, but you're entering a field that has a lot of competition and there must be an edge. I mean, it cannot be just another marketing company. So if there is any guarantee or some success rate, some statistics.
So the matter of fact is, I don't think anybody can give guarantees, but the difference between us is we don't really consider other tools be our competitors. We consider your agency or your marketing arm to be kind of the choice that you have, right? And when you are quite small, you have a limited budget. You can either spend it running things yourself and you usually end up losing your money, or you hire an affordable marketer who usually, waste your money for you. So we are kind of like an augmentation to your team that is going to do your marketing for you. Does this make sense?
Thank you.
Zohar, what is wrong with you? Should you not know how marketing works? Come on, man.
No, I'm just looking for there are a lot of companies in that field, and
I'm just reacting to the tone. I'm just reacting to the tone of this is how marketing works. That was not very cool at all.
Mine? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Next question, please. So here, okay,
yeah, Sharif, yeah, I really liked your presentation. I think there's immense value in what you're trying to do right now. I would endorse that. But are you only specifically for SaaS and D2C models, or do you go beyond the website and also do data for Googles of the world and the social media of the world?
No, so right now we're starting with the websites and your CRMs. So we link everything to your customer journey that starts on the website. It is in our roadmap to do applications later on, and we already integrate with over 20 services. So we get data from Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter, and many others.
Okay.
Thank you. The time is up. With further questions, please proceed in chat. And we are moving forward today to the last but not least, Sherwa Online Services, because our last startup, Commuda, had technical problems to join us. So please, dear judges, make sure that you will vote until the Sherwa Online Services will be until the end of its presentation. Right now, I would like Luis to share the screen, and whenever you're ready, we may start.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending where you are. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, just 1 second. Hi, I'm Luis from Sherwa, and we are a platform to connect gamers based out of Vancouver, Canada. Imagine you want to play a doubles tennis match, but on top of not knowing who you're going to face, you don't even know who your partner is going to be. This is what happens today to 700 million people that play online games around the world. By the way, did you know that gaming is already the largest entertainment market out there? Bigger than cinema or music. Crazy, right? Over $160 billion in 2020. In our mobile app, gamers can find playmates with similar interests to play with, as well as more experienced players to help them improve their skills, allowing them to not only create a connection,
sorry,
but meaningful
forgive me.
connection.
I don't see anything moving on the screen. Is that the intent?
No. Should be. The video is playing on my end.
Is anybody having a problem, or is it just me?
No. I thought that probably I
see anything.
Okay, let me try to share again. I'm sorry, the video is playing on my end, so.
No worries, let's fix it.
No worries, let's start.
Yeah.
But it's also you, Jordan.
Can you see now?
It's Jordan, this Jordan or the other Jordan?
The other Jordan.
Can you see now?
And in my case, no.
Well, we tested
the
it.
sentence we all heard most this last year was, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello? We tested before it even worked, right? So
yeah, it worked before.
I'm just doing the exact same thing.
It started working, but suddenly it stopped.
There is a checkbox when you're trying to share. There is a checkbox on Zoom that says optimize for video play.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, can everybody, because still.
Can you see it?
Now it's moving.
Okay, I'm sorry, my apologies.
Starting over, sir, if that's okay with the
yes.
you guys.
My apologies. We tested before and it worked, so my apologies. Yeah, I'll start over. Okay, so starting over, I'm Luis from Sherwa. We're a platform to connect gamers based out of Vancouver, Canada. Now imagine you want to play a doubles tennis match, but on top of not knowing who you're going to face, you don't even know who your partner is going to be. This is what happens today to the 700 million people that play online games around the world. By the way, did you know that gaming is already the largest entertainment market out there? Bigger than cinema or music. Crazy, right? Over $160 billion in 2020. In our mobile app, gamers can find playmates with similar interests to play with, as well as more experienced players to help them improve their skills, allowing them to not only connect, but create meaningful connections. And that's our focus. Our unique solution allows for an instantaneous connection between gamers, no more waiting for replies on forum posts or looking through an endless list of potential gaming partners without knowing who to approach. Our beta version has been out on iOS and Android for 7 months now, in which we acquired over 400,000 downloads and hit almost 100,000 active users in February. With users in over 6 countries and 2 languages, we're ready to continue to expand globally and help the lives of gamers everywhere. Monetization will come from in-app purchases and B2B partnerships with endemic and non-endemic brands. We have already partnered with Epic Games, PUBG Mobile, and have many other partners in the pipeline. We are a team of 3 main founders with backgrounds in business, marketing, and technology. And our multicultural team consists of 18 highly skilled developers, designers, and business analysts. We've gathered a team of advisors, including high-profile gaming influencers, industry experts, and successful serial entrepreneurs. We will become the largest platform connecting gamers worldwide. Welcome to Sherwa. If you want to know more how we're changing the ecosystem for gamers, please contact me directly or go through our website, www.sherwa.gg. Thank you. And by the way, what you're seeing here is not a mock-up. This is all the live product. Everything here is a live product. Yeah, short and sweet. That was me.
Thank you so
much. You're based.
Please. Yeah, let me go to Q&A.
You're basically making a platform for social platform for gamers?
That is correct. We've been, although I don't like that comparison, we've been compared to Tinder for gaming. And that's a social platform where gamers can find other people with similar interests to play with, not depending necessarily on the game, but on the person's interest.
So it's not sharing content. It's finding playmates basically.
Correct.
Finding your team.
That's correct. Yes.
I have a question. Well, what I'm seeing right now is a bit reminding me of what I've seen like 10 years ago when probably a bit less, when the Game Center in App Store launched. The thing is how you're protected from later ban from iOS or Google in terms of you're basically doing advertising in your own app by connecting gamers. You're maybe selling the items. It may be a tricky road to go. I mean, how you're protecting yourself to not intercross with the interests of Apple and Google.
That's a very good question. Advertising is only one option that we've been exploring in terms of in-app purchases, right? In terms of monetization. In-app purchases is another one. Direct B2B partnerships is another one. We also could leverage from actual Google's advertising platform inside the app, but we haven't done that so far.
Yes, one question. It really remember me, Twitch. It's very similar to
No,
Twitch.
so Twitch is a streaming platform. We actually, we work more as an add-on, so we can have any streamer come into the platform, connect with their audience, create groups, and even improve the amount of people that get to watch their live streams on Twitch. We don't have any streaming capacity within our app. It's mostly for connections. Yeah.
Okay. Another thing in game right now is the use of NFTs, non-fungible tokens.
Yeah.
So you can share that, even sell it. That's changing the way that gamers are now interacting.
So that's a potential in the future for future monetization. Once people share moments together within gaming, we could potentially record those moments and sell that. And I mean, with you can connect with famous streamers, famous Twitchers, famous influencers, and you can basically share that moment, NFT it. That's something that we've been working on, but that's definitely in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you. We still have time for one very short question. If not, the time is up. Thank you so much, Liz. We'll actually, was the last startup for today. Please, judges, you have only 1 minute to vote, because we'll very soon we'll start close the voting. And that's why make sure that you evaluated each of the startup solutions you've seen today.
Yes, and I would like to remind judges that 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest, and we are evaluating the investment potential of each startup. You can always come back and change your mark if you change your mind. And thank you, startups. Great job, really interesting pitches. And while judges are voting, and girls are closing the votes and publishing the results, I have one more job I want our judges to do. Can we have a poll published? We're doing those little surveys all over the world, and really interested to know your opinion to the different questions we ask. And this time we have a question: who should be allowed to invest in startups? What do you think? Just pick up the answer or the answers that you personally think relevant, and push submit. And we will talk about it some more during our networking session, which will be a little bit later, after we have a great panel discussion with our special guest that I will tell you about also a little bit later. And right now I'm looking at the time, and the votes should be closed. Maria, do we have the results?
Very soon we're going to.
Okay. Okay, very, very interesting, because the startup who will get the highest scores from our judges will present North America in the World Finals. And last finals, it was really great and made Jordan happy, because America had done it all. And very interesting what this finals will be, because this season we'll have many more startups, because our partners are very active in doing unicorn pitches, and we are going even more local. And we are able to visit almost any place on earth where there are startups. So we have a really great selection, selecting the best innovations. Okay, let's move on, girls.
And we now probably start one of the most, I would say, exciting, and at the same time, probably one of the most filled with a bit like, as they say, butterflies in stomach moment, because we're going to find out the top 3 startups, and the winner, as Anna already mentioned, will be participating in our Unicorn Cup finals, which will be taking place on the 13th of May, very soon. So the winner of the spring season will be there. And one of the members of our today's battle will be in this battle, will be participating. But before that, let me congratulate with the third place, Sherwa Online Services.
Thank you.
Ooh, congratulations.
Amazing. Thank you.
Today to the third place. Second one, today I want to congratulate Pukka. Reginald, you're almost the winner. Yeah, you're all the winner. You won the second place. And right now, the first one, the winner. Let me congratulate PushSend. Eric.
Maria, I'm sorry. You got it wrong. Look at the screen. PushSend got the third place, Pukka got the second, and the Sherwa Online Services.
I'm sorry. In that case, I'm really sorry because I got.
Yeah, please look at it. Yeah, they all it's public. It's our event page. Everyone can go there and check it for yourself. So Sherwa Online Services.
Oh my God.
You did it.
Please, congrats. Actually, you're the winner. In that case, Eric, you got the third place. And Pukka, once again, Reginald, you got the second. Once again, congrats, guys.
Oh my God.
You did not expect it.
No, I was, you gave me third and I'm like, that's great. And I thought Pukka, the guys from Pukka and PushSend did really well. And I'm like, oh guys, you guys, congrats.
Congratulations.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
you all the winners. You all made it to the Unicorn Battle, so you're the best ones in North America, and that is really great. So let's move forward. Hold on a second. And this is our special guest. Please meet again, Marisa Alma. She's the Managing Director of Golden Seeds and LP in Bloomberg Capital. Marisa, thank you for joining us and agreeing to dedicate some time to being our guest speaker. Yes. Marisa, can you unmute yourself?
Nice to be here, and thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yes, you mentioned that we met last time. It was Silicon Valley or San Francisco, but I don't remember. But we really had great time. Oh gosh, yes, it was really great, and I'm really looking forward to repeating this again. And I would like to ask you, you are a really great professional investing in the Golden Seeds for many years. You invest in women founders, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, but most of my money is going in, and it's still male-founded teams because at Bloomberg, I don't think they have any females on any of their teams.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, but still, Golden Seeds had made so far 84 investments where they led. Wow, what a record! And you invest very often with the angel investors as well. And this is relevant to the poll. I was asking because I know that in August 2020, SEC revised its rules so that people with professional knowledge, experience, or certification could also be considered accredited investors. So they eased it a little bit. And last Monday, the SEC loosened even crowdfunding rules and make it so that startups could raise more money through regulation, crowdfunding, and individual investors could invest more. Do you support this, or do you oppose to this? Do you think startups will win, or investors will win from this situation? How would you
okay, well, the way I look at, well, currently I'm investing in cryptocurrency. So I'm moving, I have a lot of startups. I'm moving away from that. But anyway, most of the startups fail. I mean, this is after, years of investing. And so I think, and it's very easy in Silicon Valley to get your first investment because there are a lot of people, who've had exits and have a lot of money. It's later, the problem is later on to get. So I think anybody should have, actually right now, anyone can invest in a startup because they can do it as a friends and family member. So you don't really have to be accredited. So
but if you're a relative of startups, like I have startup founders within my family, it's your curse. You have to invest into them. You cannot see your relative going begging somewhere, right? But it's not the same if you are not related to a person you're investing in, right?
Right. And so I think most people really, on the other end, they really don't know what they're doing. It's like gambling, which, you know, being in crypto, I shouldn't really say that. But anyway, so, you know, a lot of the fundamentals haven't changed. So still the most important component is the team, not the idea, because you can have a bad idea and a great team and be extremely successful. And then one example, I really admired Peter Thiel, and so PayPal, when it started, was voted as one of the worst startups of the year. But they had an amazing team, so they were able to make it successful.
Marisa, may I also ask, because I'm curious myself very, you mentioned about cryptocurrencies. If you may share, which one are you investing in right now?
Bitcoin.
Only?
Yeah, just Bitcoin.
Only the king? What about the others?
No.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah, because I've read the, you know, the abstract, from Satoshi, and you know, it works because, excuse me, Bitcoin has a limited number, and that's the whole problem with the dollars, is they're unlimited. And with all these stimulus packages, we're going to have incredible, you know, and as long as the printing presses go, we're going to have tons of money, and obviously the value will go down, because I think the inflation right now is not represented by the government figures. I think it's much higher.
Yes, but let's go to.
It costs 2 or 3 times as much as it did a couple of years ago.
Let's go to the startups investing. Still, okay. What did you pick in our poll? What was your answer?
Oh, I picked the winner. So I picked the Sherwin, the online gaming, because that's a gigantic
No. In our poll.
In a poll, I picked that anybody should be able to invest.
Okay, without any limits, without regulations, in any country, in any startup.
Yeah.
In any amount.
Right.
Okay, I support you on this, because I also believe that the startups, it's without borders, and people are smart enough to make their own decisions. Yes,
right.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Really. Oh, really? Oh, okay. That was good. We agree.
Yes, really, I really do, because I think that the startups, it's an opportunity for talented people to show themselves, and they cannot show themselves without the support of all of us.
And now with the internet and, you know, yours is really the only pitch event that I do. I get invited to be on a lot of other ones, because, you know, everyone has equal access now from all over the world, which we didn't have before. And there are a lot of intelligent people with great ideas who just couldn't present their ideas before. And now that's changed. And also the cost of doing a startup has gone down, especially if it's a software. And even with a lot of the biotech, you know, we're at a point where a lot of people have home laboratories, which is something unthinkable. And then with 3D printing, you can make a lot of products. You can make your own prototype. You can do a lot of things that were not possible before.
But it is good that we are able to collect such an experienced expert board. Like, look at you guys. You're all very experienced, having lots and lots of years of investing.
Yeah.
And we rely on your experience. Everybody who is watching us rely on your experience. And startups should be really grateful that they're able to meet you in person and interact with you. But for some people who just met the founders and they don't have anyone to rely on, what advice would you give if somebody just want to invest for the first time into the startup? What should this person, I don't know, approach you and say, Marisa, can you help me out how to find the startups to invest in? What is the best way to invest? Or they just listen to their guts? Or what the first-time investor or angel investor should do in the first place?
A lot of people do approach me for advice, and you know, there's a lot of, actually right now there's, because of the internet and YouTube and so on, there's a lot of advice available. And then the other thing that's different now in this period of time is the technology is changing really rapidly. So most of the startups take something between 8 and probably 17 years to exit. So that's another factor that people don't understand. They think they're going to build something in their garage, and in a year, Google's going to buy them for $1 billion, and that, you know, that doesn't happen. And then a lot of the startups are staying private longer because I buy shares on secondary market. So before the founders and the investors couldn't get liquidity before an exit. And so again, that's changed. But the main difference is for me, from my personal investing after all these years, is that the technology is changing so fast that you may see something that looks really good, but then, and I have a company like this, it's almost at a unicorn stage, but the technology in their area has changed. So they may just be, you know, wiped out before they can go public. So that's the other difference. So there's a lot of information available.
Okay, thank you, Marisa, so much. Good luck on all your investments.
Okay, thank you.
And be sure to call us when you have a unicorn. We'll gladly celebrate all together. And
okay.
All of you guys, please pitch into our discussion. Can I have a poll results published? Let's see what our global wisdom is telling us. Marisa, we are not alone. Anyone without any limits. I love you all. Yes, you are very progressive. And then goes accredited investors that match a specific criteria. And then goes angel investors with previous investment experience. Okay, who would like to start? Nikita, if I may ask you, tell us London point of view. Does experience does it all, or is it the system you're in making the right choice for investing?
Sure. I think, you know, first of all, that's a very good and tricky question to ask, right? I mean, obviously, that would be great if there are no borders and everyone, you know, is, you know, can do that. That's perfect. And I think we really need to be there one day, but I'm not sure that today is the right time for, you know, for all that capital, which is now available on the capital market, right? It's kind of flowing into startup community, and therefore valuations sometimes are just, you know, going through the roof. And I'm not sure that this is healthy. And, but yeah, I think I would love to say anyone without any limits in the ideal world, but maybe for now, someone who has some previous experience or at least some understanding of the, not economics, but of kind of business sense. Yeah, I know that that's not the most favorite answer here, but that's my opinion.
You're honest. Thank you. Thank you for that. And okay, who would like to pitch in?
Yeah. This is Jordan. I guess the other Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah, here we are.
The other Jordan.
The good Jordan, not the naughty Jordan. The good Jordan.
Yeah, that's right.
The good one. Jordan. There's a good Jordan.
Devil angel on both shoulders. No, I'll only say that it seems restrictive and it sort of feels uncomfortable for government to be telling you what you can and cannot do with your cash. But the general intent of the accredited investor threshold is really a protective one. It's to protect mom and pop. The idea that someone who might not be that sophisticated with their money could get swept and lose their farm or lose their house or whatever it might be. That's a very real threat. And so I do appreciate the accredited investor threshold because, of how, it protects the everyday citizen in our country. And I think it's not a punishing measure. It's a protective one. And so I think it's just important to understand that framework.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would add to that, the whole underlying, I come at this from the perspective of a recovering lawyer. It's easy to say anybody should be able to invest in everything, and the libertarian in us all says that's fine. The problem is that a lot of people really don't understand or have a basis to understand the risks associated with what they're doing. And, you know, it's fine to have those people limited to things that are in the public market. Now, something that I think is a very positive trend, though, is democratizing investment in private enterprises that would ordinarily be angel-backed or privately backed by basically bundling those and having products where people can put discrete amounts of capital into a more broad-based group of startups. You know, but the fact of the matter is, you know, we've got, and this isn't just in the U.S., you know, the securities laws all came about in the U.S. to protect shareholders from unscrupulous promoters of investments. They don't say that you can't sell a bad investment. They don't regulate what you do or don't do in terms of commerce. But investors need to be given the relevant information to make an investment decision based on all the merits, including risk, which I think many people who are not accredited investors don't understand.
Thank you, David, a lot. And Jordan, inner circle, Jordan. What do you think?
I echo the great Jordan.
The great. The great Jordan. Okay, let it be.
There's Jordan. There's a great Jordan. A great Jordan. Okay. It seems restrictive, but these regulations came through experiences. Most regulations evolved through experience. Before the SEC regulations, people were investing. It's to invest and protect the investor, but more likely to protect the investment. In my space, uninformed investors have caused problems, undue problems to companies. That's not always the case, but it does happen. The other component is, to be quite frank, whether it's restrictive or without limits, there's a sense of responsibility by the regulatory environments to say, by partaking in this market or in this activity, you have some guidelines to help you know the bounds. So I'll tell you, with the groups we work with and the investors we bring on board, my first ask of them is, pretend you're investing in the first 6 companies you see and participate in all the activities, but do not invest. Because once you hit the 3rd and the 4th with mental fake money, you realize, oh, wow, I am so glad I didn't invest because I didn't consider this and that. So the Jordans, they come together. Restrictive, yes, definitely make it restrictive. Go Jordans, go.
Okay, what does South America think?
Let me say something that investor, I don't think have to be limited, but for sure, the investor needs to know what they are doing. So in some manner, maybe you have to be regulated or at least pass through some kind of understanding, because if not, you can be cheated. You can be jeopardizing your fund or anything. And in that term, so you must know your project, your startup project. You must understand where you are putting your invest. So and you have the choice to do it. You decide how much, and you take the risk. You must be aware of that.
Absolutely, yeah. It's always risk. Even getting married to someone is a risk, and not talking about the investment. Absolutely, yes.
Is there a problem, Anna, over there?
No, yes, no, George. It's no. I have been there twice, and I love the process. I'm like, maybe we'll do it.
Congratulations, 2 exits under your belt. Well done.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Very happy one. And Guys, thank you very much. I love you. I love your wisdom, and I am so honored to have you all by my side because you excite me. You help me go through all this, and we are not tired going over scanning the whole globe, picking the best innovation there. And that's why I would like to remind you that our next event will be in Asia, April 1st, not April Fool's Day in Asia, thanks to that. And we will welcome all of you in Asia discovering the best startup there are in the region. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you, Maria, for this great event. Thank you, my favorite expert board. And see you all at our next events where we will be picking the best extraordinary startups for our world finals.
Yeah,
see you all online.
Yeah, and I'll just quickly add that please, in our region, join us on the 27th of April because we're going to also explore startups in Latin America. So definitely an area to watch as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care. Stay safe.